Proton is doing quite okay now. Our numbers are coming up in terms of sales with the launching of this Perdana, and hopefully with 3 new models coming up, we believe we should be able to improve our market share in terms of number of cars that is going to be registered under Proton. Sales, yes, not well. But the reason why sales is not doing that well is predominantly because we don't have good models. Saga has been there for more than 8 years, in fact, and then Persona has been there for more than 8 years also, because these are bread and butter models. So if you cannot sell well your bread and butter models, then your numbers will be inevitably come down. So we need to invest for the future. If I don't invest for these new models for the future, then it's very unlikely that Proton can recover in terms of sales. So Iriz is in a market where it's considered to be very competitive in terms of models. We've got existing Myvi, and then we've got Axia also launched at the same time, and it's also a hatch model. So achieving more than 2,000 per month as far as Iriz is concerned, to us is already quite good. But I think there is potential for Iriz to go further. I think we need to look at how we can, further spur sales for Iriz. But at the same time, as mentioned earlier, we need to find out how we can improve on the models that is already aged. So that is why we need to invest in, producing new models for Saga as well as Persona, because these are all bread and butter products. Hopefully, when we launch the new models, our sales will go back to 6,000 for Saga as well as 3,000 for Persona. So our target is that. Perdana is a totally different consideration from our perspective. I think for us it's more of prestige. So the government is using Perdana. So that give or lend credence to the brand itself. It's endorsed by the government from our perspective. And Perdana also have that prestige and the feeling that we have got this good model that that will bring the rest of the models up as well in terms of perception. So we believe Perdana is just not a model by itself. Numbers will not be great for any D segment car. It will not be, total market share is only about 20-30%. I think from our perspective, it's not going to be more than that. Total number of registration in the D segment is only about 30,000. So the number is fairly small, and it signifies the new Proton from our perspective. A new Proton from my perspective is a new Proton with mindset change. We want to focus more on giving the best to our customers in terms of value for money car as well as after sales service. As mentioned by Datuk Iriz earlier, this is a long-term program. I think part of the initiative that has been rolled out at that time, I think we are working on it. Some of the outlets have already started 7 days a week already, just to cater to certain markets that require 7-day week. Not all will be 7-day week, but certain market in high density locations where the number of Proton cars are quite numerous, and then we will have the 7-day week outlets. Otherwise, it will just be normal. On top of that, we also have got some other initiatives that we also included, including call centers that will assist customer in terms of making appointments, or in fact, if they've got any queries, we can answer within it. So our focus more on trying to change the public perception to say that Proton is now changed. Hopefully with the launch of the new Perdana, the public will have more trust in Proton, and hopefully they will consider Proton, and hopefully we'll take care of them. Our dealers, our vendors, our staff will all now more focus on giving the best to our customers. The preparation time for Perdana is actually quite ample. So we have done all the necessary training for all our staff, and we believe all our outlets will be ready to service our customers. But to put things in perspective, this is not the first time we're selling Perdana. We've been selling Perdana in the past as well. So I don't think it's a major difference from that perspective. But obviously, not just for Perdana customers, but we want to give all our customers better service from now. Prices of cars has actually increased because, if you look at the value for Honda Accord also, the price of Honda Accords has also increased over time. So likewise for Perdana, because it's based on the same sort of platform, and expectations for a D segment car is now much higher compared to before. So if you put consumer price index multipliers into the Proton car today at 113 for 2 litre, it's probably not dissimilar to the price that we set Perdana in the past. So from my perspective, it's affordable, it's competitive relative to the market that we have today. Yes, we take note of that. I'm joined by Datuk Razif, into Proton on the same day, which is 1st of April. Datuk Razif's key areas is actually manufacturing, production, quality. So Datuk Razif has been working tirelessly with his team to improve the quality aspect of cars that is coming out, not just Proton Perdana, but all the cars that is coming out of our plant. This year will be a very challenging year for Proton. We'll have 4 new models that is coming out. It's a good thing from one perspective, but it's also from our perspective a very challenging year to make sure that all will come out great. This has passed now. We've got 3 more major work that needs to be done. First is on the Persona, second is on Saga, and third is on MPVB. So these will all be done within this year. So my team will have to work tirelessly to make sure whatever that is coming out of our plant later on when we launch the new Persona, the new Saga, it will be a great new models of Proton to redeem or to improve our sales going forward, to recapture all the market share that we've lost all the while.